Hello, this is Gio. Hey, it's almost summer and you know what that means? It's air conditioning time. And so I am going to unbox this ZAFRO 10,000 BTU air conditioner.
And this specific one has a long model number. It is 54091EWAO-8K-ZAZ.
And I'm kind of excited about this one because this is not just a standard AC unit, you know, those big block-shaped units. It's also not one of those newer U-shaped models where the window will set in between. This actually will kind of straddle the window sill and be below the main window. And what do I mean by that? I mean, that's the front of it, that's the rear, and this little area right here will fit into the windowsill right there with the front in front, the rear in back. And so it'll be kind of sitting in front here rather than up high blocking your view. And so what all comes with it? Well, you do get a remote control. We'll cover that in a little bit. A battery, that's nice. A little leveler here for leveling the unit. This looks like a little window secure bracket there. So it comes with a couple of support foam. This is really dense material to help support it in the window. You have a couple of ceiling foams here for the side of the unit. Some top ceiling foam that goes on the bottom of the window. Some filler foam that when it's in, it just kind of fits really nicely right like that. And then you also get a couple of these PVC pipes. I'm not exactly sure what these are for. They don't seem to be in the instructions, but they're there. You also get this little user manual. You get a nice little sticker if you want to apply that, talking about the efficiency of the unit. And I really like this little card here. It's just a simple how to install it into your window. So this is a window unit. So another thing I'm excited about this unit for is you don't need a exterior support platform to support it. For most of the 10,000 BTU units, either the standard ones or the traditional U-shaped ones, this is actually more of an N shape, I would describe, since it's kind of facing down. But you need a platform to support the exterior of it. This one you don't need that because it will support on the sill right in the middle, using those support foam blocks, as well as these little rubber pads here. You just kind of unscrew them and kind of bring it towards the exterior and tighten it up inside. It's kind of mounted close to your wall, and that's how it's supported. You don't need any platforms. And this little starter guide here kind of shows it very well. You can see in this picture right here that the unit is kind of mounted on the sill here with the interior facing this way, the exterior on this side, and you have the little screws here that hold it in place. Another benefit to that is you don't really need to center the unit in the center of the window itself on top of that platform. You could either have it in the center on one side or the other, and you just use these filler foam to kind of insulate the open areas. So what you do is you just start with these support foam blocks here. Now these will go inside the actual window sill, or where the window it rests in with the window open. So it fits like that. It looks like you can have it in two different directions, but it looks like it's a perfect fit right here. It does look like it has some adhesive right there, but I think they'll just keep them loose if you want to move it from window to window. And I'm just gonna use a knife and see if that works for cutting these. So I'm gonna just stick them in tight like this. And just use a knife initially and see if the knife will work here. So I'll just score that and finish cutting this. Now you can use a utility knife as well, but I'm just seeing if a standard household knife will do this, and it does seem to do it just fine. So just cut it through and it's off. And then we just insert these in the window just like this. And these are dense enough that it'll hold up majority of the weight of the unit and without damaging your windowsill here. So next thing, I want to verify the distance from basically the outer edge of the windowsill here to the inner, just to make sure that everything will fit. And I'm getting about 10.5 inches there. Now that is a little bit of a problem. And the problem is that the unit from the little support rubber stopper there to the edge is just under 10 inches. So I could either remove this, but this is actually pretty long. I've already kind of unscrewed it, and once I remove it, I won't get it back on in the exterior. However, measuring that, which is just under 10 inches there, if you look over the lip here, you can see I have about another 1.5 inches that I could work with once I get it over the lip. So I think if I rotate it, and once I get it over this lip, I think it'll be okay. So I'll have to straddle the unit over from this edge while this is leaning on the sill, kind of rotate it so this gets over it, and then I can kind of place it all flat. Now this would be easier with 2 people, but I'm going to try it just with myself. It's a little over 50 pounds, so if you can't lift this, don't do it yourself. And it barely fits. So next what I want to do is tighten these little feet. Until the unit is tight, tightening on both sides. Now there's this little locking nut that once it's set, you want to lock this on the other side. So you generally want it to slope away from the window by about 1 to 2 degrees. And I'm just doing that by using, I have a 2-foot level rod here. If the bottom drops about 1/2 inch, when it's level, I think I'm probably good. And we're about there. So it is adequately sloped outward. And with that, we secure the locking nut. And so now that it's in and level as I want, next is the filler foam. You could see this kind of fitting one that will go right here, and it's very well form fitting, as you can see here. And now I want to know where to put it. So for my purposes, I actually want it as close to this right side as possible, because I'm probably going to put an object over here. So fortunately, this little filler block fits in here, and I think I can move it all the way here. So we'll go ahead and move this over and see if that works. And that actually worked really well, so it's kind of flush there. I'll put the other one right here, and then this filler block will fit into this groove here, and I'm just going to measure it right there and cut it off. And again, I just trim this with a standard kitchen knife. So for the bottom of the window right here, you just have this filler foam here, which does have an adhesive, and you just want to apply it all the way. And then just trim it to length. And then you're ready to shut your window. Actually, looking on the bottom, there is a fair amount of gap here. But fortunately, they provided enough of this foam, so I just doubled up on it and just kind of loosely placed this one on the bottom without the adhesive. Now it does come with this little bracket you could use to secure the window in place, especially if you are on the first floor for security. But I've always liked to use these little window bracket locks myself. You could easily remove them and take them on and off as you desire. And I usually screw them in from the back so there's no mark that you could visually see. And that should do the trick. And now it's time to take off the tape. Plug it in. Okay, so let's turn it on. You turn it on with a power button, which is right here. It's a little hard to see, but when you turn that on, this little lip should raise. And there you go. And then the air will start, and I've already tested this out. It started at 75 degrees. It is on kind of defaulted to where it was before. So you could adjust the temperature with this up and down. You could adjust the air speed with this fan little indicator here, and you could see little bars come up. So that's the lowest level, higher, highest, and auto, which will adjust itself. We'll just, the high speed is pretty good. You can kind of hear it like that. I could definitely feel the breeze coming out, and it's cold already. And so let's lower this down to 1 so I could talk. You've noticed this little flap is going up and down. It's because I have this on. There's a little indicator light there. I could turn it off and it'll freeze where it's at, or I can keep it going. If I want it to aim a little higher, I just freeze it just like that, and you can kind of adjust it the way you want, or you could have it circulate. If you hold the button down for 3 seconds and it'll count down there, you'll get a little bit more of a back and forth motion. It's a little harder to tell with that since you don't see an object, but you just hit 1, 2, 3, and then you get another little symbol here, and that will rock it back and forth, and you can kind of feel it rock back and forth. And again, if you hit it 1, 2, 3, it'll freeze where it's aiming at. So that's kind of how you adjust it. And again, you could have a rock up and down or whatever you want. You do have a Wi-Fi setting. There is a app you can download and actually control this remotely if you desire. I'm not going to show that to you here, but it is available, and it's a really cool app. For the remote, you can see the remotes right here, and you could control it with the remote. You could adjust the wind speed as you want. Let's see, where's the wind speed? Here's the wind speed. And it's controlling it, and you could do all the functions as you want. And I'll show you the temperature as you set it. Now I notice turning it off. Again, I could have used the remote to turn it off. It turns off. You notice that this remains open for a while, and there's still some air coming out. I think it needs to kind of finish its cycle, and I notice after about a minute, this will close up once the fan fully stops. Now with it off, if you want to change the filters are actually attached to the door, and you would just pop this off completely. And as you can see, there's kind of if you can see that, it is a filter, as you see right there. And just to remove, put it back, you just kind of fit it in there and secure it in like that. And so you could just wash that in your sink when you're ready to do that. Now it is supposed to be, basically the water, the condensation is supposed to basically evaporate, but in certain circumstances, you may need to drain it, especially in extremely high humidity environments. And so there is a drain plug right here, but in most circumstances, you will never need to drain it. Now, one thing that's impressive to me is the quietness. It's actually not that loud. I'm not sure how this is coming over on the video, but it's a lot quieter than my other AC units, and it is spewing out the cold air. So even with the compressor on, this is kind of an inverter type unit. So if you have a smaller space, the compressor won't work as hard. And so you won't get that off and on cycling with the compressor that you do with some. But I am very impressed with just the quiet fan, the quiet compressor. It seems to be doing a really good job. And there you go. That is the 10,000 BTU ZAFRO U-shaped, or should I actually say N-shaped AC window unit. I kind of like it. Hope you do too. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.